Hey guys, it's Combat Saturday, and today is all about the SIL LIM TAO form, okay? In Wing Chun, the SIL LIM TAO is the first and most important form in the system, and it translates to the little idea. So basically you have a little idea, and from there comes all kinds of big ideas and things, but it all starts with a little idea, see? And so people look at the form and they sometimes don't understand what it's for, you know, the meaning of it. And things, you know, I think that in the ancient times it was almost designed that way so that other people would see it and they wouldn't know the meaning of it unless you trained in it, right? Because when you look at it from the untrained eye, it doesn't look like much, okay? But I want to explain some concepts today, very important concepts about it and how you can train it and things like that, okay? Now, first of all, this form, I've been doing it for a long time, ever since I started my training in Wing Chun, and it's difficult to explain just how important this form is, but it really, you know, crosses over into everything else that you do, because all the principles and all the attributes and all those things, they're all there, they're all being trained if you understand it, okay? And unfortunately, a lot of people who practice Wing Chun or teach Wing Chun even don't understand the meanings behind it, okay? So I want to try and go over some of that today, okay? Now, before getting into the actual form, there's a few concepts that I need to go over first. Number one is rooting of the body, okay? Now, you can't see my feet, just the angle, because it's important to see my hands, but anyway, my feet are going to be pigeon toes. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to sink down, I'm going to open up here. So what I do, now I added a little extra opening just because it's better for my body type, I guess. I was taught initially to just open up the toes, so you're swinging out here, your toes open up, so that my toes went this way now, and then I swing out again, so I'm now this way, okay? I found that just to give me a little more width is better for my structure. What I did was I opened up a little bit here with my heels going out this way, then I open that way, and then I open that way, okay? So having this rooted feeling is really important. So it's always there, whether you're stationary or whether you're shifting or whether you're stepping, you always want to have a feeling all the time, okay? The other thing too is you want to have proper elbow structure, okay? Everything comes from the elbow, it's the source of your power, okay? So what you're going to do here is you have these cables here. Second here. And this is in the form, but this will help to train it where your hand comes out. And what you're doing is that you're learning to use the elbow to push your hand out, but you're trying to turn off your shoulder. Okay, turn off your shoulder. What it means is that I don't want to do this. Right? I want to keep the shoulders down, relaxed, while the elbow comes forward. So as I step and I move, you know, this elbow structure, this is what drives you. If I go forward, I mean, of course it's my feet too, obviously, but it's my entire mass moving forward, okay? So I'm not like reaching like this, and that's why you have feet to cover distance, okay? Here, and everything goes forward. Your elbow structure is here, and using the bands will help you kind of forward structure. The other thing too that it helps with is it helps prevent the dreaded pullback. A lot of people will do this, right? They punch, they'll wind up and pull. But the thing is that when you have the bands, you feel the tension all the time. You'll feel it go slack if you pull back. You'll feel it, right? So here, right from there, okay? So if I suppose I do a parry here of some kind, I will go forward immediately. I'm not going to do this, then come back. Because in that split second it takes for you to pull back, that's enough time for your opponent to hit you. Believe me, someone who's good is going to pick up on that. He's going to hit you, okay? So once you get that, you go right away. You do not give him any gaps, okay? Because trust me, someone will take it, okay? You give them an opportunity, they'll take it, okay? All right, so I'm going to go over the form first, just go through it one time. I'm going to go through it kind of quickly, just because I mean, usually I do it a little slower, but just for the sake of time, I'm going to speed it up a little bit, and then I'll go over the movements, okay? So what we do here, I'm just going to go over one time without speaking, okay? So here. Okay, I know that was a little rushed. Usually I might have been a bit sloppy there, but I just wanted to give you an idea of what the movements are. Okay, now I'm going to break them all down, okay? So, first of all, we start here with our salutation, okay? Then, hands go forward and down. Now, even that has an application. Everything has an application. There's no fat in the system, okay? So, right here, when it goes here and it curls down, okay? You have a little indent here, right in your neck. If you take those fingers, you stick them in here, and you curl your fingers down, you can drop a guy who's taller than you and bigger than you. You just drop it. You can take your finger right there, and you can bring them down. Not because you're strong, because leverage and because it hurts like hell. Right? This point that you push them there. Try it yourself. All right. Okay. So after the bow. Okay. So the bow, open up here, curl. Boom, 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 okay? Now, low gansa, like a low block, springs up. Boom, springs up. So low gansa, springs up, low block there, parry, springs up and back. That's like an elbow thumb back. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. So not only that, but it helps to define your center line, right down the middle of your body. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, now, punch. Yun Sao, circling hand, close into a fist. Okay, so when that's hands, when you punch, first of all, the punch comes out here, right in the middle, okay, goes forward a bit. Now there's a bit of a rotation there. You see how my fist is a little bit like this? Right? Now we can turn it over depending on the target and what we're trying to do, but for basics, we always stay here, okay? Rotation. Open, circle the hand, and a little, it's called a jutsao. So that's like a little deflection, a small deflection too. You know, I could even, if I'm in contact with someone, go boom, boom, right? It's just a little, it's called the, don't laugh, it's called a jerking hand, okay? Boom, boom, okay? So there's a little jutsao, okay? Okay, and then, so we did the punch. That's right, yeah. Okay, and then we pre on the other side. Okay, now what we'll do is that we'll take this hand here, the tan sao will come out. Now this tan sao is also called like a spreading hand, okay? It's also called a beggar's hand, you know, like, hey man, I got some change, hey man, you know. Okay, so here, so when it comes out here, and what you're doing is you're focusing on this outer edge here, because that's where you want to have your bridge contact with your opponent. You don't want to have the inside. If you want the inside, you kind of like, you know, change and get the outside, okay? So you're here, focus on the outside, and that helps bring it in your center, okay? Then there's that Hyun Sao again, all right? And it comes back, as it's going back, you may be going back, but you're still thinking forward. And as soon as it gets here, boom, like releasing a spring, that elbow is pushing your hand out. Remember the elbow energy, right? Forward energy. This first section is very, very important because you're developing that forward energy and that elbow energy. Real, real important. Okay, so you do that 3 times. Come back here. This is Pak Sao, back to center, palm strike. And there is a Hyun Sao again. Okay? And repeat in the right hand. Okay, I'm not gonna do it on the right hand. It's the same thing, okay? So make sure when you do this Pak Sao, don't go all the way here, because then you're all open and you get more space to come back. Remember, economy and motion is really important here, okay? So right off the side here, not past your shoulder, back to center, and you're not going here, right? Just boom, 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 real tight, okay? Repeat on the right hand, okay? Now, open your hands, boom, boom. So this down, it's almost like you can sort of like release a grab. So here, and you can kind of like you can kind of step with that, right? So here, so it's like a relaxed hand, boom, and you kind of throw the energy out, okay? Throw the energy, all right? So 1, 2, okay? Same thing behind your body, boom, okay? Now, some people think it's a groin strike. Maybe it could be, but the angle is all wrong and it's too accurate. The main thing is you give yourself some leverage, you know, because if someone tries to like bear hug you from behind, for example, and you just do that, you can kind of jam it. You know, I trained with a judo guy before, and he was trying to flip me, but by simply putting my hand, like kind of jamming on his hip there, he couldn't get me over. So okay, so just okay, same thing in front, and that's kind of where this comes from too. Same. So after you've done that, so you do 1, 2, then behind, circle them around, and then 3. Now up here. Now this is something I learned from Master Sunny Tang when I was training with him, but he tells you to look left and right. In a lot of the traditional forms, they don't actually do that, but he said it's good to do that because it helps to build habits, good habits. So you look left, look right, then you do drop the elbows and a double chop. We call it back sound, double chop. Back, this time right over left. Now this is jump sound, like a downward forward parry. Okay, up, or tuk sound, like a lifting palm. Circle them over, jump sound, and then finger jab the eyes. Okay, make sure your fingers are bent. Okay. It doesn't have to actually be a jab to the eye. It could also be to clear center, all right? Maybe I'm in a weird position here. There's a form that deals with this later called Buji, but it covers it in this form too. Suppose I'm in a weird position. I can just kind of shoot my arm with them, get the control back, the position back, and then I can do whatever I want, okay? So, I've done that. Yeah, here, okay. Then I do here, boom. Okay, so here, here, here. Now, what's this for? It looks a bit like the painting the fence in the Karate Kid, right? It could be that. Okay, it could be like a downward. It could be that. But really, it's to teach a concept, and that concept is to go from wherever you are to the target. If I want to get from here to here, would this make sense? Right? Not really, right? Straight line, nearest, quickest path from point A to B is a straight line, right? So I'm here, right down, okay? Straight line, that's it, okay? I'm here, boom, again, there, all right. Now we're over here. 1, 2, 3, okay? So 1, like a parry, another parry, and 3. Almost like if someone's throwing a 1, 2, 1, 2, right? Like a 1, 2, right? Like a 1, 2, and then from here, spade palm, right to the neck and jaw. This is a very, very devastating blow right here. You get someone in the neck, the jaw right here, especially if they're talking, okay? That's the best time to hit someone. Someone's melting out to, you know, when they're talking, get them. That's when you want to hit them, okay? All right, just a little side point there, okay? All right, so here, 1, 2, 3, and there we go. Again, 2, 3, okay? All right, now we're getting towards the end now, okay? Now we have this section here. The earlier the tan cell came out nice and slow because you're really working on that. Remember this first section here, okay? Right? This is called Pao tan, like cannon, like exploding tan. So it shoots out, right? And from there, this is called Gansa, Gansa. Okay? Some people do Gansa only here, but then you're not really clearing it. You need to clear it fully. Then to come back up here. Now, what's happening? So I won 1, 2, 3. Now what's happening is my bridge contact is here, but I don't like that. So I circle to get back to center, and then here. See, I'm off center here, right? I circle, elbow down, and body palm. And of course, same on the right hand, okay? And there's the body palm, okay? Okay. All right, and here we go. Then we're gonna go, okay, 1, 2, 3. There's like a lifting palm, okay? So here, hand comes out, right? It meets a force and it yields. I don't continue pushing against it, okay? I have a couple of choices. I can either yield, which is what this is, yield, or I can just dump it entirely, step around. Okay, I can do that too, okay? But I'm not just gonna sit there like an idiot fighting force against force, because what if the guy's stronger than you? Okay, you'll lose, okay? And you have to always think of the system assuming that you're the weaker one, okay? It doesn't matter. I mean, you know, I used to train with people who were 150 pounds, whatever that, and I'm yeah, of course, I knew I could just use brute force against them, but there's no point doing that. You know, you want to learn to use your structure and use your sensitivity and your skill, okay? Because there's going to be someone who you're not stronger than, okay? And you can't just count on that, all right? So here it goes out, goes out here, it flips, it turns, and goes. Now the other thing this represents too is this is actually can be thought of as the different angles of a punch. Every angle is covered. From here, but suppose you see my hands going out here, right? But suppose I turn into a fist, right? Okay, all right. So here, right? Every angle is covered. Okay, so here, every angle is covered. Yeah. Contrary to what some people believe, we do have other angles in Wing Chun besides just this. Okay. So never let anyone tell you otherwise. All right. Now, same thing on the other hand. Here, and here. Okay. Now, last thing, arm scraping motion. Okay. 2, 3. Okay. So go down here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. This is often misunderstood. Some people think it's to get rid of an arm grab. Someone grabs your arm, you scrape it off. Okay. It's not actually for that. I mean, because if someone grabs my arm, I know where his arm is, I'm just gonna punch him, honestly. He's here. Why am I gonna mess with this? Who cares? You punch him in the face, he'll let go, believe me. Okay? This is more to teach a concept. Suppose you do it up in this angle, right? You're teaching to replacing the hands, all right? So hands here, gets taken off center, boom, another one comes to replace it right away. You don't think about it, right? So someone's here, someone knocks the hand out of the way, this one comes right to replace it immediately. I don't think about it. Okay, so that's, and then finish with triple punch, back and close. Okay, so you see, I gave you a very brief overview of some of the applications. There's more than that actually, but you see how when you look at the original form, it's difficult to see all that, but it's all in there. And every time you train it, you know, if every time you're doing these things, when I do this, I'm thinking about every single punch imaginable. When I'm doing this, when I'm doing like here, I'm doing all this stuff, I'm thinking about all these concepts. So it's meditative. It helps to reinforce the ideas, the principles, the concepts, you know, and you know, you can see why it's very, very important to do this form if you want to be skilled in the Wing Chun system. And in fact, I find it helps in all other arts as well. It's helped me in boxing, it's helped me in Bagua and Xingyi, and you know, the other things which I practice, because there's just so many benefits to it, you know. I know that Bruce Lee used to practice this form a lot. He did it multiple times a day, and things. You know, it's just there's just so many benefits to it. Unfortunately, a lot of people skip over this part of the training. They don't spend the time required for it because they don't understand it. They've never had these things explained to them. Maybe they think it's boring. They don't see the point of it. But there's no question about it. If you spend time doing this as part of your Wing Chun training, your Wing Chun will be so much better. All your arts will be so much better actually, because it builds so many good habits and things like that. Okay. So, anyways, so for my recent new Wing Chun students and the older ones too, whatever, you know, this video I made for you guys and for people who don't train with me. I'm hoping that you got a better idea of what all the meaning is of, you know, of SIL LIM TAO and everything like that. There's these concepts are the true nature of Wing Chun. You know, a lot of people think that, you know, Wing Chun is just doing this, right? Which is honestly useless, because I mean, if you do, I like the Ip Man films, don't get me wrong, I think they're great, okay? And Donnie Yen's awesome, okay? But in the movie, he does a lot of these chain punch repeated, you know, and that's honestly BS, okay? Because chain punching does not work unless you have control. If you just try and go and chain punch someone like that, you're just going to back away or pivot or sidestep, and you lose him, and then he's going to hit you with a hook or something, okay? The whole idea is that's done in close when it's already bridge contact. So when you hit there, each one is coming back controlling, right? And so, but I won't do like 50,000. I might do like 3 or whatever that, and then I might have to turn away or pivot or something like that. But boom, 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 I might need to do something. You know, fighting is alive and flowing and moving, okay? I'm not just going to stand there like a moron doing this, okay? You know, quite honestly, whenever I see that in videos, I kind of cringe a little bit, because that's what people think. It's just like people who learn peekaboo boxing or don't who think they understand peekaboo boxing. They think all there is to it is just going side to side, and that's peekaboo. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. No. First of all, that's just like suicide to do that, and it's not. You're only seeing one single technique in it. That's it, you know. And usually when they do it, they're not even doing it properly. They're just going side to side, no structure, no form. Okay, so you know, these principles about the economy of motion, replacing the hands, the proper energy, the sinking, the root and the center line. This is really what Wing Chun is. Okay, understand that, and learning that forward elbow energy is so important. Okay, so the drill I showed you earlier with the exercise bands, the resistance bands, make sure you do those and just spend time doing that. Learn to feel that shoulder. Learn to feel the shoulder. Okay, doing this in the form will help greatly, but using the bands will help as well, because like I said before, you'll feel the tension. You pull back, you'll feel that too, right? You'll feel mistakes you make, and it'll all work better if you do that. Okay, make sure you spend time doing that. Okay, you can do Wing Chun for 10 years, and if you don't get that elbow energy, you'll still suck. Okay, so all right, we've covered a ton of information today, so we're gonna stop there. Anyway, I hope this helps. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay.